So, somebody asked me today, right? They say, Dion, Sal, what make you spiritual? I say, shit, you know? I said, well, being spiritual, that shit mean that I recognize that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Meaning, my soul, like, run my body. You know what I mean? Like, there's a soul inside you, inside the human body. So he like, all right, he kind of understand, I guess, but not fully. And a lot of people really don't understand that. But it's like, you got that little voice in your head when you be like talking to yourself when you're in the house by yourself and all that shit, and you be thinking you crazy. That's your soul. Your soul is the real you. The human body is just like the play part, like it's like fun, for real. Cause the soul in their environment, which is, as above, so below. They in the 5D, we in the 3D. So they looking down. Where they coming from, it's all love. When they come down in the 3D, in the body, they can feel pain, all that. Anger, they get to experience shit, like different shit. So it's kind of like fun. It's kind of like a challenge to the soul, actually, when they down here in the human body. That's why we take that shit too serious, because religion and all that shit. But I'll get into that in later videos. This shit kind of like a test run. This like my first video I'm ever fucking making, for real. But I just want to touch on the fact that being spiritual, you can't like avoid being spiritual no matter what your religion. No matter how you cut it, you got a fucking soul in the fucking body. I don't care what religion you is. It don't matter. You still got a soul in you that's running that bitch. And he can't die. He don't never die. He come here thousands of times, hundreds of times, depending on how old your soul is, for real. Basically, you could have came here, you could have been one of them motherfuckers like me, been around since fucking Egypt and all that shit. You feel me? Old fucking soul. But, or you could be a newbie. You know what I mean? A newbie like 100 times, 1,000 times maybe. I don't know. Shit. But that's how it is. When you die, you just come right the fuck back if you want. But right the fuck back ain't as quick as you think, because it ain't no time in airspace in the 5D. They don't run off of time. So divine timing and all that shit different from Earth time, from human time, basically. And basically, you just gotta live your life, and you go through all your experiences and shit. You create this shit. All your fears and all that shit, you create all that shit. So you can get over that shit. So you can vibrate higher and get more in tune to yourself. Because yourself want to do it. Yourself want to do it big. Because yourself know. I mean, your soul know. Like, the shit is endless. It's limitless out this bitch. You get bogged down by your emotions and your feelings and all that shit. You got to open up. You got to be able to receive and give. You got to be open. You got to tap into your divine masculine and your divine feminine. You got to have that shit even. You got to balance that shit out. That's why you got 7 chakras. The heart is the gateway. You got to have that motherfucker open so you can get to the top 3. The top 3 is the spiritual half. The bottom 3 is the earthly half. That's just how it is. If your heart closed off, you ain't getting up to that top 3. You're gonna be struggling. But you ain't leaving here without accomplishing certain missions. You might not accomplish it. It's impossible to experience everything. Like, that's why you come back so many times. Because you come back to so many races, so many languages, so many places you can do, so many scenarios you can put yourself in. So your soul, it just come to learn. It just come to learn something other than love, basically. But the thing is, in a human body, you gotta be able to love after you've been hurt. after you've been fucked over. You gotta still be able to get over that shit and still love and open your heart up. That's when they start looking out for you. That's when you start getting your fucking blessings. Some real shit. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a living proof of that shit. I've been through some real motherfucking shit. And I always still open my fucking heart up. And I get blessed. And my spirit told me like, yo, get on here and tell your motherfucking story, yo. Niggas will love that shit. And I'm crying right now telling y'all this shit. I'm telling you, you still gotta be able to fucking love after you've been fucked all over. I'm trying to tell you. Being bitter, holding grudges, all that shit gonna fuck you. I'm telling you. They don't have no fucking feelings in the Friday. All they know is fucking love. So, when bad shit happen to you down here, your soul wanna feel that shit. If you hold that shit in and don't cry and don't tell nobody, don't get that shit out, that shit is a blockage. That shit blocking you from your blessings. Love is the highest vibration. Money, abundance, that shit is a high vibration. If you're not vibing high, you're not going to be on that vibration. You're not going to get that money. You're going to get a certain amount of money. I'm telling you. I know. I'm vibing high. Real high. And I only fuck with people that's vibing high. Or trying to vibe high. If they ain't trying to do that, you can't be around me. You're not going to be around me because we vibing different anyway. You see what the fuck I'm looking at? You see what I'm doing? I'm looking at deers and shit. Ducks and geese, whatever the fuck they is, and shitty bastards. They some shitty bastards. Yeah, just chilling. Taking it easy. I ain't looking out for no fucking stick up man or none of that shit. I'm good. Telling y'all, yo, you gotta raise your fucking vibration, get in touch with your higher self. That shit gonna change your fucking life. I don't care what religion you is. You got soul in you, and that motherfucker wanna shine. Trust me. The universe is unlimited. That shit don't have a limit to abundance. That shit got enough to make every person walking this fucking planet a fucking billionaire. Trust me. If everybody on this fucking planet was in tune with their higher self, y'all see streets of gold and all that shit that they be talking about. Because your imagination is whatever. If you can think about that shit can really fucking happen. No matter how crazy that shit might be. I'm telling you. Everything that happened to you in your life, you be bringing that shit straight to your motherfucking ass. You just don't know. You be thinking about that shit too much. That's why they tell you, think positive, think positive, think positive. Because when you be thinking negative and shit, that shit coming right to your motherfucking ass. I'm trying to tell you, that shit coming right at you. You gonna be like, damn, I was just thinking about that shit. Yeah. That shit come right at your motherfucking ass too. You can't believe it. I'm trying to tell you, stop thinking about that dumb shit. Start vibing high, man. Thinking positive, thinking fun shit. Your soul want to have fun too, man. You don't want to just be all chilling. Like, you gotta take risks and all that shit. You want to get it. No bullshit. No bullshit. When you're in tune with your higher self, shit be different. Shit be different. You start getting into numerology, astrology, birth charts and all that shit, horoscopes and all that shit. You think that shit fake, that shit be real, this shit, that shit tell you exactly who the fuck you is. You be like, damn, cause that shit in the stars. That's where the fuck you from. You're a spiritual being first, not a human first, yo. Everybody, oh, you have one life to live. You gone fucking crazy. You do this shit so many motherfucking times. And guess what? Sometimes you keep fucking up. But sometimes you can elevate. It all depends on what you trying to do. That's the one thing I like about spirituality. You can't really help nobody out with this shit. It ain't like Christianity. Like, come on, come to my church. We're going to help you. We're going to save you. Nah, spirituality, you got to do that shit on your fucking own. All I can do is tell you how that shit changed my life. And hopefully it inspire you to be like, shit, I'm going to turn my higher self. I'm going to start meditating this shit. Shit, Dion done lost 100 motherfucking pounds out that bitch. She looking good as a bitch. You feel me? Hell yeah. I couldn't do this shit. I did this shit by myself. No motivation. I don't go to the gym with nobody. I go to the gym by my fucking self. I go outside, walk 6, 7, 8 miles by my fucking self. I looked in the fucking mirror butt fucking naked and said, you know what? I want to look like the fucking Rock. And I started changing my shit. Straight like that. I'm going to make a video about that. But right now, I'm just shooting the breeze, telling y'all how spirituality helped me out. I don't judge nobody except that motherfucker in the mirror that I look at every morning when I'm brushing my motherfucking teeth and all that shit. That's who I be judging. That's the nigga I be judging. I know it ain't no heaven. I know it ain't no motherfucking hell. So, I ain't scared of this bitch. I ain't scared of shit. I go jump in this bitch if I wanted to. For real. Don't nothing happen to you unless you want that shit to happen to you. Trust you. You control that shit with your fucking thoughts. The spirit is in you. Just like Venom. I always call my spirit Venom. We be tripping. I always be talking to him. Dude, that's my motherfucking man. He got me through this shit. Tell me. I talk to that motherfucker more than I talk to anybody. My motherfucking self. You heard me. Best fucking friend you can ever have. Trust me. I told that motherfucker, I said, yo, show me who hating on me, yo. He said, all right, time to meditate tonight, nigga. I got you. Stop being scared. I used to be scared to meditate. Because every time I meditate, I'd be like, that shit too crazy. That shit too crazy. Too many crazy fucking thoughts. I can't do it. And my higher self just told me one night, like, you a pussy. Like, yo, you a bitch. Like, yo, I'm trying to holler at you. You scared to fucking meditate and shit. Like, yo, you's a sucker. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead and fucking meditate then. Fuck it. Shit. I'm gonna fuck it. Turn this fucking music on and try that. Turn a little meditation music on. The shit sound like this water and all that shit. Locked in. Shit, I passed the fuck out. I woke up like 3-4 hours later. Like, what the fuck happened? Next thing I know, shit just was hitting me. Like, nice little thoughts and shit. Because I always live in the moment. I always live for right now. I don't think about the future. I create the future. I don't be thinking about the past. That shit already happened. You feel me? I just stay right now. Right now. Right now where the magic at. That's why I started making this fucking video. That shit just hit me. Say, yo, make this fucking video, yo. Me and you, yo. Just to start talking. They love this shit, yo. They don't know what you been through, yo. They just looking at pictures and shit. They don't know. Like, you been through some shit, boy. You been fucked up. But I'll talk about all that shit later. I'm gonna make a million fucking videos. You heard me. This is just the first one. I hope y'all enjoyed.